History is written by the victors. But sometimes, history is simply deleted. For centuries, the Bible has told us the story of Noah and the Great Flood. It tells us that it happened because humanity became wicked, but it never really explains why. Where did this sudden wickedness come from? There is another book, a book that was once widely read, quoted by apostles, and respected by early fathers, until it was banned, removed from the canon, lost for 1,000 years until it was rediscovered in the sands of Ethiopia and the caves of the Dead Sea. This is the Book of Enoch, and it tells a very different story. A story not of human failure, but of an alien invasion by beings known as the Watchers. First, who was Enoch? In Genesis, he is a mysterious figure, the great-grandfather of Noah. The Bible says something unique about him. Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. He is one of the only figures in history who did not die. He was taken up. The Book of Enoch claims to be his first-hand account of what he saw when he was taken. It is not just a religious text. It reads like a cosmic travelogue. He describes celestial mechanics, portals of stars, and the hierarchy of angels. But the most shocking part of his record is his testimony regarding a group of 200 angels who decided to rebel against the natural order. They were called the Grigori, or the Watchers. Their task was simply to observe humanity from afar. But they began to desire what they saw. Under the leadership of an angel named Samyaza, 200 Watchers descended onto the summit of Mount Hermon. They swore a secret oath to defy the Creator and interfere with human evolution. Their crime was twofold. First, they took human women as wives. This was a violation of the cosmic species barrier. Second, and perhaps more dangerous, they began to teach humanity secrets that we were not ready for. Secrets of heaven that were meant to remain hidden. What did they teach? The book is specific, and it sounds suspiciously like the sudden birth of civilization. The angel Azazel taught men to make swords, knives, and shields. He introduced war and metallurgy. He taught women the art of cosmetics and beautification, introducing vanity and seduction. Semyaza taught enchantments and root cuttings, sorcery and medicine. Barakije taught astrology. Kokabel taught the constellations. Suddenly, humanity had technology. We had weapons. We had magic. But we did not have the wisdom to use them. The Book of Enoch suggests that the rapid advancement of human civilization wasn't a natural progression, but a corruption. A toxic gift from these fallen celestial beings. But the consequences of their physical union were even more terrifying. The women who mated with the Watchers gave birth to a hybrid race. The Bible calls them the Nephilim. The Book of Enoch describes them as giants, savages with insatiable appetites. These beings were not human, and they were not angels. They were something else. They began to devour the produce of the land. When the food ran out, they turned on humanity. They began to devour people. The earth was filled with blood. The order of nature was broken. Genetic purity was lost. The world had become a nightmare of war, hybrid monsters, and forbidden sorcery. The cries of humanity reached the heavens. The archangels, Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel, looked down and saw the blood on the earth. God pronounced judgment. The Great Flood was not sent just to punish humans for being bad. It was a reset button, a cosmic sterilization. It was the only way to wipe out the Nephilim bloodlines and the corruption of the Watchers. The Watchers were bound in chains and cast into darkness to await the final judgment. Enoch was asked by the Watchers to petition God for mercy on their behalf, but the answer came back. You should have interceded for men. and not men for you. Their fate was sealed. Why was this book removed from the Bible? Perhaps it was too strange. Perhaps it was too dangerous. Or perhaps it hit too close to home. Today, as we stand on the brink of artificial intelligence, genetic modification, and weapons of mass destruction, the story of the Watchers feels less like a myth and more like a warning. It asks us, just because we can possess knowledge, should we? Are we repeating the mistakes of the past? The Book of Enoch remains a fascinating piece of the puzzle, a forbidden window into a time when gods walked among men, and the earth was almost destroyed by the weight of its own secrets. Do you believe the story of the Watchers explains the mysteries of our past? Or is it just a legend? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey into forbidden history, like and subscribe to the grand tapestry of belief.